Cancer, welcome to your summer solstice reading, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or north node. So if you're watching and your Venus is in Cancer, for instance, maybe the heart or your love life might be more prominent through this reading for you, but take whatever resonates from this reading. All of the sun sign or all of the signs will have a reading, so you can find them in the astrology and tarot playlist. But let's get started with your reading and see what we can see. All right, you have the stag spirit, take the lead. What I'm getting here is that people are going to be joining you in your space. People are going to be joining you in ways that you have conquered or mastered already. So whatever your strengths are, others are going to be coming to you. They're going to be flocking to you because they're going to see that you know how to manage that space. So because you're a Cancer, that could have a lot to do with hearth and home. It could have a lot to do with emotions or the way that you express kindness to others. You're really going to be an example for people in this next period. And this helps you to step into a feeling of strength and empowerment, but that's very characteristic of you. So it's not mimicking a strength or empowerment of like an Aries or someone who has that kind of fiery presence, but this is taking leadership as a Cancer, as a water sign. So what are your strengths and abilities? And if you notice, like, people are coming to you with their problems, or people, certain people are coming out of the woodwork and they're sort of like, hey, can we meet up, or can we talk? They are being drawn to the things, the lessons that you have already learned that they haven't learned yet. So it's really going to highlight areas of growth in your life. What tarot are we going to use for you? I feel like the Lover's Path tarot feels right for Cancer. So we'll get some messages and see what else you need to know for summer solstice. This is really powerful. You're very tuned in intuitively. It might be important for you to really tune into the plants that are in your home as well. If you've struggled growing plants, this would be a good time to really get into and understand their rhythms. I don't know why I'm doing this way, but I feel like I have to. So we're going to clarify this card first. And then this card. Weave it all together here. Okay. It hasn't been done this way for any of the other readings, so I'm getting a really organizational feel from your reading. All right, first we have the Princess of Arrows, Psyche. Okay, so yeah, again, a lot of communication coming in for you. This could be people from your past, people that maybe weren't as significant to you in your past. You may see your relationship shifting and changing with acquaintances. But you're sort of thrown off kilter by this, or you could find yourself thrown off kilter by this. There's a feeling of dis-ease around some of the people that are coming toward you. So, when you're shining this light and when you are taking the lead, part of that is setting healthy boundaries. So not everyone who is coming toward you, though it may feel really nice that they're looking for your guidance or support, is worthy of your guidance and support. So that's something that's definitely highlighted here. But I'm seeing a lot of communication, and I'm seeing things moving quite quickly. So anything that's been stuck mentally, a thought that has been stuck mentally, is going to kind of move out of the way during this period. And that's going to open up that's going to open up something for you. And we'll take a look at that later. Let's see what is here. So we have Illusion, Odette, and Ivan. Okay. I'm getting here that there's some sort of old hope that's going to be unearthed during this period. Something that you thought was gone, something that you thought was outmoded, outdated. This could be an aspect of yourself or a person. Some kind of truth is going to be revealed through this period. Again, with this, like the communication and coming in, truths are going to be revealed in this period of time. And there's a climax, there's a precipice or a place that you hit, that you've been wanting to hit for a long time, but it went stagnant for a period. So this could be an old relationship gets unearthed. And if you didn't get closure in that relationship, it gets unearthed either for closure or for it to move into a new space. Let's clarify the Princess of Arrows. We have the Ace of Staves. I feel that you are able to tap into, with this leadership energy, you're able to tap into a more direct way of communicating. And this is part of your transformation. You're encouraged to communicate directly, passionately, and from the heart. So whatever this situation, this past situation is, or the communications that are coming in, to communicate directly. Cancers have a tendency to go into their shell and avoid the conversation. Now I'm calling you out. I can feel my voice change. It's like, listen, this has happened to me before with cancers, and I'm going to make it personal. No. But there is this tendency to turtle away or to think that you're being nice by not saying something. That is absolutely what you're encouraged not to do here, okay? You are encouraged to speak your truth. And the more that you do that, the more that you will see it's okay. Right? And the people that are keeping you close only because you always say yes, or because you avoid this conversation, are not the right people to have around. Okay? People will understand, which isn't to say that there won't be a difficult period where some of the people close to you will have to adjust. So try not to judge them too harshly if they're having trouble with your boundaries at first. But if you can see that someone is really and truly rejecting your boundaries or becoming very rigid, that's something to definitely pay attention to. Okay, but this is not a time to hide in your shell and disappear and not say what you're thinking or feeling. Okay, your feelings take center stage. You are taking the lead right now. They need you more than you need them. So keep that in mind. Ooh, a door slammed. Yes. Yes, a door is slamming, and don't be afraid to slam that door, okay? I'm being very stern with you right now. I'm sorry, Cancer. Technically, my Venus is in Cancer, so when I watch this back, there will be a message for me too. I'm being stern with myself, if that helps. Ooh, Wotan, King of Staves. Yes, more leadership stuff, stepping into your courage, listening to your guides, listening to yourself and your inner guidance over anything. Okay, so don't let someone come back and tell you who you are. You know who you are. You know what you have to offer. And if you don't, it's time to discover that. It's time to see this, because this is a beacon of light for people in the distance, and they're being drawn to it. Okay? I see you holding a very warm space, a warm, compassionate space for people, and people just wanting to crawl inside of that and be there, whether they know it or not. And finally, we have fertility, Empress. Yes. Okay. This is a period of growth for you, Cancer, when you're really coming into and understanding your nurturing abilities and what that means and how to set boundaries with it. So a tendency of Cancer can be to be too much or too little, right? And if you're watching this and you're probably nodding your head and you're like, yes, that's me, too much or too little. So when we're looking at fertility here, the Empress knows when to nurture and when to just step back and hold space. So maybe you want to obsessively do something for someone just to show that you're nurturing them, but maybe that's not what they need from you. So practice saying, is there something that I can do to support you? Is there something I can do to help you? I also see there being if you don't have a pet or an animal, and that is something that you've been looking at doing or bringing into your life, this is a great time to have that. It will also be a fertile time if you are looking to actually make a baby. Okay, there's like a lot of loving, nurturing energy coming in to help support that. In terms of career, I see you being able to step into more responsibility or to hold more authority in yourself in the position you already hold. So if you sometimes allow people to, a lot of aggressive, this reading is being very aggressive toward you. It's like really wanting to drive this message home. If you're finding yourself like that you submit to someone and kind of senselessly, like you don't need to submit to that person, you just sort of do it out of habit, I see you breaking free from that habit. We have Fox, shadow work. There are no shadows without light. And I feel like you are the light that is contrasting the shadows right now. So when you are in your light, you're going to see more clearly these shadows. And remember that you do not have to nurture the shadows in anyone but yourself. Okay, their shadows are their own problem. And maybe you'll start to see that more clearly as these old people are stirred up or as people start to be drawn to you. When does it feel satisfying to nurture is another part of this, right? Like when you have someone come to you, what is the best case scenario? Is it seeing them grow? Is it seeing them do well from your help? And just keep in mind, like, am I helping someone who grows from my help, or am I helping someone who is unchanged or unmoved by my help? And hair, strength. So much the message for you here, Cancer, is to own and embody yourself and your specific kind of strength. Not a kind of strength that comes from looking at someone who is not you. What is your own inner reserve of strength? Take the time to make clear decisions, bring awareness and light to the situation. Again, light, leadership. You are a light in the dark for people, but that does not mean you need to be that light. It doesn't mean that you need to take responsibility in those situations. So I really see a lot of, there's so much powerful energy connected to you through this next period. And I hope that you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, subscribe. The information for my classes, yoga classes and meditation classes, and to donate, all of that is down in the description box below, especially if you want to have a more specific reading catered to you. So take care.